Hi friends, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and as you saw in the title and the thumbnail, I'm reviewing this. This is a Lansky sharpening system. Now, why am I reviewing this system? Well, when I really like the higher end sharpening systems, well, not everybody's got a budget where they can afford a higher end sharpening system, one that costs $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 or more. But I always want to suggest to people, if you are really going to be an avid knife collector, or if you are already, one of the best things that you can do is buy the best sharpening system that you can afford. Now, that might just be a Lansky sharpening system. You might only have $50 to spend. Some of them are even less, the Lansky sharpening systems. And some of the systems are more, excuse me. Lansky's got a wide variety of different packages of, this size containers with different kind of stones in them. They've got systems with diamond stones. They've got systems with finishing stone to finish, like the Arkansas stones to finish your edge. They've got leather straps. They've got regular silicon carbide stones. They got stones for doing sharpening serrations. They got stones for sharpening anything and everything. Lansky has a budget system for any kind of sharpening that you can imagine. And so I want to share with you the system that I first used. I used for years and years, not this exact one in this box. My set just wore out completely. But for many years, I used Lansky's standard sharpening system in their box. And, when I bought it, it was like $30. It was that long ago. And now the standard box sharpening system is around $50. And like I said, it can go up or down. I even know one professional knife maker, while he was selling knives that cost $500, he was sharpening his knives with a Lansky sharpening system. He's moved on now, but it's a system that can work that well that even if you don't have money to spend, you can still do a really good job sharpening. It just takes a little bit more, the finesse, a little more attention to detail. You have to be a little more focused than you have to be on the higher end sharpening systems that like I use, like the TS Prof systems and the Hapstone systems that I really like from Gritomatic. I really like those systems, and I use them because, I've got arthritis in my hands and stuff. I can't really use the Lansky like I used to, but I want to show it to you today, at least the basic system. I'll have links down below for White Mountain knives if you want to buy them there, or Amazon for the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Germany. I've got links for Amazon for all of those down below. If you use my links, it helps out my channel, helps keep me going as a channel. Another way that you can help me is let the commercials play through. If you see an advertisement on one of my videos, just let it play through. I'm not telling you to do that. If you don't want to, don't. But if you want to help me out in a little way, that's something that you can do. There's all kinds of ways that we can help each other. The better off I am, the more reviews I can bring to you. And I'm certainly far from very well off. But I try to get all kinds of products for you guys to see and learn about. And hopefully you can make good, wise decisions because I've helped you find details about things that you've got questions about. So by the end of the video, if you've got any questions, leave them down below. It might take me a few days to answer them, but I will. If you've got any questions you have for me personally, email me at canadiancuttingedge@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you within a few days. So now let's get to the tabletop and take a look at this standard kit from Lansky. I'd like to begin by saying this is not a how-to video. I'm not going to show you how to do sharpening with this. Well, yes, I'll show you a tiny little bit, but mostly I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience with this system and how much I recommend it. And how much I recommend it is a lot, along with just about any other Lansky stuff that's out there. One of the first things you'll notice is inside the package, you've got instructions in many languages. We've got Spanish, English, German, French, and they give clear instructions, pretty simple basic instructions, but it's kind of clear. You get a clamp in the system. There's a screw there and a thumb tightener there, and I'll take this back apart. this is what you get. And let's focus this in a little bit. It's a clamp that works quite simply. You've got a space here. There's a space even when they're closest together, and then you can get them further apart depending on what size of knife you have. This is a smaller knife, and so I just feed it into that front section there where it's going to clamp on, and I tighten this down a bit. Use a screwdriver or my fingernail if I don't do it too tight. And then you tighten this up, and what you want is where the blade is, just after the blade, you see how close together that space is? You want the space back here to be just slightly larger. That means it's clamping tightly right on the blade. So it's holding that blade. It'll work just fine for larger knives. Here's an Ontario Rat. I often sharpen knives this size and longer. A 4-inch blade, 4-inch cutting edge. You can easily sharpen on this Lansky, but you can even sharpen a 10-inch knife if you want to. You just have to do it in sections. You clamp onto one section, then you clamp on further down, and it works. And that's how you clamp it together. Try to keep everything lined up when you've tightened it. The stones have oil, unless they're the diamond stones. The diamond stones don't use oil. You use soap and water to dry them. I forgot to show you this. There is this screw as well, this flat screw. And you can use this over here. If this is too high, like if you're trying to use the 17 degree and this is sticking out too far, you can use this screw instead because it'll go down lower and then you can tighten it up. But it's easier to use a thumb screw if you can. With the Deluxe system, you've got grit 70 on the black, 120 on the red, 280 on the green, 600 on the blue, and the final one is 1000 on the yellow. I'm not going to do a full demonstration on how to do these. You take your rod, we've got 5 rods there, so you can set it all up ahead of time. You take the stone that you're going to put the rod onto, you undo the screw until it's all the way away from that little hole. You go from the bottom and you put this up through the hole. The very first time it'll be a little tight. Oh, I think I didn't pull this back far enough. Yes, I did. There you go. A little bit tight, and you push it in, and then you put it down on a flat surface. So imagine there's a flat surface right here because you want the stone and the rod to be even all the way down. Now, if this corner here is bent a little bit and the tip is up high when this is down, you just bend it back a little bit until it sits flat like this. So imagine there's a flat surface here. Once it's sitting flat all the way along, then you've got it correct and all is good. You tighten this up just a bit, just thumb tight, and it's ready to go. And how do you sharpen with this now? Well, you take the degree that you want to do. I'm going to go with 20. We've got 17, 20, 25, and 30. I use 17 and 20. I don't use the bigger numbers unless I was to sharpen, something like a hatchet or something. So I'm just going to go on 20 right here. And you hold the unit, or you can buy bases that'll fit into this hole. So it plugs down onto the hole. I don't have it with me anymore because I gave it to my son-in-law because I wasn't using a Lansky anymore. And it was a big base that I made out of maple wood, and I put a rod in it. I epoxied the rod in there, and it fits right in there perfectly so that it would sit still and I would be able to sharpen with one hand. And I wouldn't have to hold the Lansky unit like this. I could just sharpen it. Now, once you've got the degree you want, what I like to do is I often put a finger up here just to help guide it so that it's not clanging around. I put a finger up there just lightly just to help guide it. And, you start to sharpen. Now, Lansky says you're not supposed to go both ways. I say that's nonsense. I go both ways, and it works just fine. The thing is, do what works for you. Start at the knife's base near the guard and place the hone against the edge while moving the hone towards the tip of the blade, covering a 2-inch section of the blade per stroke. Lift the hone and repeat. So they're suggesting that you do this. Start here and go over on an angle. and that works just fine. What I'm doing is I'm starting here and going over as I'm going up, instead of just going in one spot. Thing is, if you just go in one spot, you might wear that spot way down like crazy instead of wearing it evenly. All right. Now, I'm not going to give you any more instructions on how to use it. There's loads of videos on how to sharpen with this kind of system. What I want to do is just share with you a few of the prices so that you can decide if you want to get your own. I've got links for Amazon, like I said, for a number of different places. And let me just get my price list. I'll be right back. Now, the system that I have right here, there we go. It's the deluxe system. In Canada, it's $60. In the United States, $45. In the UK, £63. In Germany, 60 euros, roughly. That's at Amazon. White Mountain Knives also has it, and you save 10% at White Mountain Knives when you use coupon code CCE to check out. If you want the diamond set, 103 Canadian dollars, 74 US dollars, 107 British pounds, 105 euros. So there's all kinds of different things that you can buy. I've got a number of Lansky videos. In this corner of the video at the very end, I'll have a link so that you can see my Lansky playlist. All I can tell you is I've used Lansky, this system, not this exact one, but this system for many, many years, and I find it to be very, very good. Is it the best system out there? Far from the best. But it is the cheapest guided system that I would recommend. Let me say it that way. If your budget is just very tight, then this might be the system that you want to get first. And I would suggest that you get the best Lansky system that you can. They've got stones that are for recurve blades. For those of you who might not be sure what that is, if the blade comes down and then it comes back up and back down, so it's got a bit of a belly, and then the opposite here, that's a recurve. They've got recurve stones that you can get for them. Like I said, there's diamond stones, and there's other stones for doing serrations. So you can get all the stones that you need. You can even get strops that attach to these rods so that you can strap it. Those you definitely go down grain only, not up against the grain of the blade. Just a load of different things out there. All I have to say in summary is the Lansky sharpening systems are a good budget buy. If you can afford better, check out my videos for Hapstone or maybe for TS Prof. I hope to be reviewing the TS Prof Blitz system in the next several months. I'm not sure how soon that'll be. It might take till fall. I don't know. But there's something for everybody. The most important point is that you're going to enjoy the knife hobby a whole lot more if you can get good at sharpening. And I think you can get good at sharpening. You just need to get the system that's going to work best for you. And maybe go to a friend's, maybe find a knife club. If you can find somebody, that you can use somebody else's systems and try them out. If you're going to be spending more money than, this Lansky money, then you'll probably want to try the system before you buy it. But, it's totally up to you. I'd like to thank you for watching my video. Make sure that you just read the instructions and then just watch a few videos on how to use this system. I totally recommend this because you don't want to just buy a knife, wait till it gets dull, and then have to buy another knife. This will save you a lot of money in the long run, and it will give you much more joy and fun out of the knife hobby. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.